at 5 starts now.
Welcome to Newswatch 12 at 5. I'm Nate Myhock. Earlier on Friday, the largest renewable energy source in the region was unveiled to several media outlets. Representatives from Wisconsin Public Service and local elected officials toured the Hodag solar field, and this new solar farm will likely generate enough electricity to power 2,000 local homes per year. Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski has the story.
We're very proud to announce the completion of this facility. It's the region's first large-scale solar facility here in the North Woods.
Wisconsin Public Service representatives, along with local officials, gathered at the newly constructed Hodag Solar Farm on Friday, located just south of Rhinelander, along Wisconsin Highway 17.
This project is capable of generating 7.5 megawatts of energy, or 7.5 megawatts of energy, and that is equal to powering more than 2,000 homes.
WPS says the project has taken 1 year to complete, from planning to operation.
This will benefit homes and businesses in this area. It's another source of clean energy that they'll be able to use for electricity in their homes to power their homes and businesses.
State Assemblyman Rob Swearingen attended the event, saying the project will benefit local customers while keeping the Northwoods looking its best.
I drive by this area once a week, heading to Madison, back and forth, and you don't really know that this operation is here. So they've done a good job in keeping the natural landscape of the area as well.
Swearingen also expressed how the solar farm will not generate jobs directly, but the presence of renewable energy in the Northwoods adds to considerations for people looking to move to the area.
I don't know how many people will be out here necessarily on a full-time basis running this project, but once again, you have to give Public Service and their parent company, WEC, all the credit for making the investment in the Northwoods. Hopefully we'll attract people.
According to WPS, they plan to continue bringing more renewable sources of energy to the state in years to come.
Over the next 5 years, we're planning to add 2,400 megawatts of new solar, wind, and battery storage facilities, again, here in the state of Wisconsin.
Overall, they say the field is expected to last between 20 to 30 years, making sustainable use out of the 50 acres of land. Reporting in Rhinelander, Kyle Pazorski, Newswatch 12.
Well, Jeff, it's a pretty good day to unveil a solar farm, considering we got a little bit of sunshine today.
Yeah, here we are the last weekend in January with some temperatures out there today in the low teens, some clouds and some sun. Overall, though, a pretty cloudy day today, and it felt like January for sure across our area. All right, here are the clouds out there from space, about 22,000 miles out. You can see lots of cloud cover across north central Wisconsin now, and these will begin to give us a couple of flurries tonight into tomorrow. It's not going to be a big deal, though. We're talking maybe a dusting of snow tomorrow, as there's a little bit of energy kind of right in there. That's moving our direction for tomorrow. It'll keep the clouds around and maybe a couple flurries throughout the day. There is not a big snow in the forecast anytime soon for us. Temperatures, though, are the bigger story. So last night, we had low temperatures down near 17 below. It won't be as cold tonight, but it's still going to be chilly with low temperatures down near 10 below. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly cloudy skies, a couple of flurries out there with low temperatures down near 8 below. Your full forecast is coming up. Nate.
Thank you, Jeff. Forest County law enforcement officials have arrested 10 people this week in connection to drug possession. Around 2 a.m. on Tuesday, sheriffs responded to drug overdoses in the town of Lincoln. Officers determined that 2 people required medical care and they were transported to the hospital. While at the residence, officers also observed drugs and drug paraphernalia sitting out in plain view. Authorities would also find fentanyl, crack cocaine, marijuana, and used drug packaging materials. Investigators also determined that several people had fled the residence prior to law enforcement and emergency services arriving on scene. And then the next day, on Wednesday, the Forest County Sheriff's Office received a call about another drug overdose at a Leona pharmacy. That person was transported to the hospital, and investigators were able to determine that the overdose took place at an apartment complex. A search of the apartment revealed many of the same drugs found the day before, plus a few additional ones, such as heroin, oxycodone, nitrous oxide, and prescription pills. Officers now believe that these people are connected to those crimes. Police have also stated that they believe the group is also responsible for a burglary and 2 traffic stops. These 10 individuals were arrested for their involvement in these cases, and they were booked into the Forest County Jail. Earlier this week, a man in Marshfield lost his life during a house fire, and now we have more information on the situation. The victim has been identified as 62-year-old John Gruel. Marshfield Fire and Rescue has determined that the blaze was started by an overloaded extension cord. Furthermore, they want to remind people to never use an extension cord with a portable space heater. And they also say that space heaters should remain 3 feet away from any flammable objects, and also to ensure that your home has working smoke detectors. A new study is now shedding some light on the popularity of the COVID booster shot. In a survey of 1,500 adults, the Kaiser Family Foundation found that 41% have gotten a booster. Among people likely to be booster eligible, 70% have gotten the shot. And they also found that more than 3/4 of Americans, 77% to be exact, have received at least one dose of a COVID vaccine. However, about 1 in 7 adults say they will not receive a vaccine at all. And that number has remained largely the same since December of 2020. So far, nearly 1/4 of adults across the country say that they have tested positive for COVID at some point during the pandemic. New data appears to show that the older you are, the more important a COVID vaccine is. According to the CDC, people aged 65 and older were hospitalized with COVID at a rate 52 times higher if they were not vaccinated and boosted. Their data shows that unvaccinated people between 50 and 64 were hospitalized 46 times more often. It should be noted that the CDC only publishes data on risk by booster status for people 50 and older. However, other hospitalization rates were 16 times higher in unvaccinated adults. For adolescents, the rate was 8 times higher. While tracking the Omicron COVID variant, here's a map that shows how some areas in our country are still seeing new cases. However, cases are declining, or at least holding steady, in almost half the states over the past 2 weeks. Health experts now believe that this surge of cases could soon be behind us. But there is another concern. A spin-off of the Omicron variant called BA2. It's currently gaining ground in some countries like India and Denmark.
It doesn't appear to be substantially different with regard to transmissibility. But if you look at severity of cases and you look at the data from Denmark, it doesn't appear that the cases that are with the new variant, the sublineage of Omicron, are any more severe.
Pfizer and Moderna are both working on Omicron-specific vaccines, possibly ready for the fall or even earlier. Our nation's top military leaders are urging Russia's president to de-escalate tensions along his country's border with Ukraine. Military intelligence now puts the number of Russian troops near the border at around 100,000. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said the sheer size of that Russian military presence gives Vladimir Putin a large number of aggressive options. Although Secretary Austin is hopeful that diplomacy will win out in the end, he did say that American forces are ready to go if need be.
And there are multiple options available to him, including the seizure of cities and significant territories, but also coercive acts or provocative political acts like the recognition of breakaway territories.
We strongly encourage Russia to stand down and to pursue a resolution through diplomacy. Armed force should always be the last resort. Success here is through dialogue.
President Biden visited Pittsburgh today, part of his tour to discuss his infrastructure plan. Biden's visit follows a bridge collapse in the area, and while no one was killed, it does put a spotlight on the need to repair the nation's infrastructure. NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Just a very loud, like a jet engine.
President Biden traveling to Pittsburgh today, where a bridge collapse this morning provides an unexpected backdrop to his message on the urgent need to repair the nation's infrastructure.
There are literally more bridges in Pittsburgh than any other city in the world, and they're going to fix them all.
No one was killed, but 10 people were hurt when the bridge caved in, sending several vehicles into a ravine.
I think it drives home this very urgent idea that we've been talking about, how critical these investments are.
The president hoping his infrastructure plan passed last year will be a key selling point for Democrats ahead of the midterm elections. In Pennsylvania alone, more than 3,300 bridges are rated in poor condition. That number more than 45,000 nationwide. The infrastructure law funnels $110 billion to states to repair and replace crumbling bridges.
This is the first time in the country's history that we dedicated national program to repair and upgrade bridges.
President Biden also promoting his broader efforts to repair the economy, including relieving supply chain bottlenecks. He touted a new report showing economic growth in 2021 was the fastest in nearly 40 years. It comes amid low approval ratings for the president. According to an NBC News poll, 6 in 10 Americans disapprove of his handling of the economy, as soaring inflation is forcing prices up on necessities from food to housing and pushing the Federal Reserve to prepare to hike interest rates as soon as March. The other major piece of the Biden economic agenda that's still unresolved, that massive climate and social spending plan, the Build Back Better Act. House progressives are again pushing to pass pieces of that bill that Senate moderates have said they would support. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The Winter Olympic Games are just around the corner. We'll have more details on how the people of Beijing are gearing up, but that's after Maine weather with Jeff, right here on News Watch 12.
Bring new life to your home with paint and lighting from Menards. Lithonia Lighting, new construction recessed housing is easy to install. Right now they're on sale for $6.99 each. Finish the project off with paint from Dutch Boy. Dutch Boy Platinum Plus paint is a paint and primer in one with exceptional stain resistance and washability. A gallon of interior flat paint is on sale for only $29.96 after rebate now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Weather can be weathered with technology there to help you in a Ford Escape. Winter roads can be tough. Bronco Sport, tougher. And Explorer can take the bite out of chilly mornings. Ford, winter like you mean it. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2021 Edge or Escape and get 0% financing for 66 months plus $1,000 cash back. Only at your local Ford dealer.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
I thought I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
It's here. Our hearty and homestyle menu is back, starting at just $8.99. Enjoy our classic pot roast dinner, pot roast stroganoff, fajita breakfast quesadilla, and more. And don't forget a fresh baked pie from the Perkins Bakery. Take one home or order online at perkinstogo.com.
Welcome back, my friends. You and I get to chat weather for about 4 minutes. And all right, pull up a chair. We have lots to cover tonight. First off, let's start here. February arrives on Tuesday, which means winter is 2/3 over. Technically, winter is December, January, and February. Yes, it still snows around here in March, but the long-range outlooks had for winter a La Nina pattern. Remember that? That typically makes the upper Midwest cold, the Southwest kind of wet, and also the South kind of wet too. Let's check in and see what's going on with that, right? So the National Weather Service came out with their outlooks for winter for December, January, and February, and it went something like this, right? Above average temperatures here, below average temperatures there. Also wetter than average temperatures around us for here, and then of course the South kind of dry. And has it been doing that? Well, not really around here. We've been below average in precipitation and colder than average after a pretty warm December. So we'll see what February has to bring. But for today, I want to point out one thing on here. The average high temperature yesterday was 22. Now it's 23, going in the right direction, right? And also look at the sunset at 4:58 this evening. It'll be after 5 o'clock on Monday. Here we go today, though. Lots of cloud cover and some really off the mill, a lot of mist, right, that kind of froze on the surfaces it came in contact with. We'll keep those clouds around tonight and also a couple flurries across the area because temperatures are really cold still. It's 10 right now in Rhinelander with a southwest breeze at 8 and a dew point there of 10 below. This area is incredibly dry across the area right now. Over in Wausau, it's 12 for you, a southwest breeze around 8 as well, giving us feel-like temperatures near 0 in Wausau, and the pressure there is rising slightly. Around the Horn, nobody made it to normal today or average today. We got stuck in the teens to single digits, but there is, if we want them, a couple warmer temperatures in the forecast beginning as soon as early next week, right? Look at this. Tomorrow, 19, we'll take it. 22, closer to average Sunday. Look at Monday. We could go for 30 on Monday. I have not said that for a while. Also on Tuesday, but then a cold front comes through and right back down to 12 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, 7 on Friday. So overall, we'll get some colder temperatures in here again next week. Okay, on snowfall. So far this snow season, 54.2 inches of snow. This time through last year, though, we had 27.1, so we're well ahead of that. But again, the big year a couple of years ago for that one, we had a total of 112 inches across the Rhinelander area. We already had 66.5 through today's day. So overall, we're a bit ahead of schedule on snowfall. Looking outside right now, though, lots of clouds and a couple of flurries out there. There's more where that came from. There's a little bit of energy right in there. That's moving our direction for tomorrow. So we'll keep the clouds around tomorrow and maybe a couple flurries through the afternoon. It won't amount to much, maybe a dusting to a half-inch of snow tomorrow throughout the day. All right, so here's that snowfall forecast again. Not a lot going on here for us, but there are parts of the country who are going to get a lot of snow because of this system right there is going to join with that system right there and work its way up the East Coast as a nor'easter, the most powerful one we've had for a very long time, and that's going to give them lots of snow for places like Boston, New York City, upwards of Maine. Could see 2 feet of snow there. For us, though, not so much. We're talking about just cold temperatures again tonight. Last night we had low temperatures down near 17 below. Not as cold tonight with lows down near 8 below with a couple of flurries after midnight. For tomorrow, all right, here we go. It's Saturday. Mostly cloudy skies pretty much all day long. A couple of flurries can't be ruled out. Maybe a dusting of snow, but warmer. High temperatures near 19 tomorrow with a northwest breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows that light snow and flurries tomorrow. Quiet Sunday, quiet Monday, maybe a little light snow Monday night. We could do 30 Monday and Tuesday before falling back again into the single digits next week, Thursday into Friday. Nate.
Thank you, Jeff. With only 1 week to go before the Winter Olympics, the city of Beijing is stepping up its preparations. At a countdown clock for the start of the games in downtown Beijing, people were seen posing and taking pictures. Meanwhile, workers spent time inspecting the structure of the National Stadium. That's the location of the opening ceremonies, which will be held on February 4th. When the games do open, they'll be without the ordinary crowd of spectators, and that's just due, of course, because of the pandemic. However, mass testing is currently being conducted among the city's residents, and city officials are adding to China's strict pandemic response to hopefully squash any COVID outbreaks ahead of the Olympics. Airlines are currently struggling to recover from the pandemic, but good opportunities might be coming for those whose eyes are dreaming of flying in the skies. We'll have those details after the break.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's mega clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars of clearance furniture, mattresses, and top brand appliances must be sold. Save as much as 85% off and no interest financing for 3 years. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
Cold season is back. Bounce back fast with Alka-Seltzer Plus. With 25% more concentrated power. Alka-Seltzer Plus. Oh, what a relief it is. So fast. Also tried for cough, mucus, and congestion.
Hi, my name's Chad. I went and saw a neurologist and had several MRIs, and they found out that I had spinal neuropathy. The neurologist at the hospital decided that the only treatment was medication. I didn't find that acceptable, so I called Spinal Aid to get a free consultation. After working with Spinal Aid, I'm able to walk, I'm able to sleep, I have balance. My overall comfort of life is 100% better.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands?
These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. The Spinal Aid Center of Wausau can help relieve the symptoms of your neuropathy. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation.
Mornings are brighter with News Watch 12 today. Wake up from 5 to 7 with your morning news team. Megan Manlog, Kevin Kraft, and Devin Biggs. News Watch 12.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's mega clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars of clearance furniture, mattresses, and top brand appliances must be sold. Save as much as 85% off and no interest financing for 3 years. Only at Furniture and Appliance Mart.
More than 1,500 flights have been canceled in the U.S. That's ahead of a major storm that's arriving in the Northeast. Travelers have gotten used to flight cancellations recently, not only with weather, but also COVID staffing issues. United Airlines, though, is now trying to solve another issue, the pilot shortage. Pete Muntean reports.
In the Arizona desert, United Airlines is growing pilots. Student pilot Adela Gallegos had no flying experience only last month. Now she has her sights set on her first solo flight on the way to the pilot seat of a United jet.
I like the control. I like the freedom. I like being in the air.
This is United's new Aviate Academy. The only flight school owned by a major U.S. airline, it is the newest fix for an industry-wide problem. Airlines that got smaller during the pandemic are now looking to hire again. American Airlines wants to add 2,000 pilots this year. Delta Airlines plans to hire as many as 200 a month. United Airlines CEO Scott Kirby says the goal here is to train 500 pilots annually.
The pilot shortage is real. We can hire pilots at United Airlines, but the regional airlines and smaller airlines have a real pilot shortage and are having real challenges.
Over the holidays, airlines canceled more than 18,000 flights in the U.S. Coronavirus sick calls compounded crew shortages. Faye Malarkey-Black heads the Regional Airline Association.
I think a mistake we would make is to treat this like it's temporary. This is a problem that's real, it's present, it's already affected air service, and it's going to get worse if we don't intervene now and give people a real path into this career.
The latest estimate that airlines worldwide will need at least 34,000 new pilots by 2025. But entry-level flying jobs require 1,500 hours of experience.
The problem is the barriers to entry. This is the model, really about creating that economic opportunity to let people come in who don't have $100,000 to spend on their certification, but have great potential, great ability.
Tuition here is $71,000. When they graduate, students could get hired by a United partner company, first as a flight instructor, then at a regional airline, and ultimately with United. The airline says 80% of all students here are women or people of color.
Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away.
Alan Jackson has become a part of America's musical landscape and a country music icon over his 25-year music career.
Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee.
Now he delivers a powerful performance featuring songs from his very personal release entitled Precious Memories.
I love to tell the story. 'Twill be my fame and glory. Are you ours in the blood?
Filmed live at the historic Ryman Auditorium in Nashville, Tennessee, this unique DVD captures powerful gospel performances and intimate interviews with Alan, his mother, and his wife as he reflects on his musical journey.
This is my story. This is my song.
If you call now to order this inspirational video, you'll also receive, as a very special bonus, a 2-CD collection featuring 28 classic gospel favorites.
Love lifted me, love lifted me. Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. He lives, he lives, Christ Jesus lives today.
This DVD keepsake is a priceless addition to any music collection, and it can be yours along with this bonus 2-CD collection for the special low price of $29.95 plus shipping and handling. To order, have your credit card ready and call the number on your screen.
When we all get to heaven, what a
Have you written a book? You can become a published author with Dorrance Publishing, the nation's oldest publishing services company. Our professional team will edit your text, design your book pages, and create an appealing, eye-catching custom cover. Plus, our authors benefit from a custom book promotion marketing campaign that makes your book available where people buy books, like Amazon and brick-and-mortar bookstores. So make this free call right now to claim your free author's guide to publishing. Call right now.
Jeff, I have very, very fond memories of when I was a kid. My dad and I would always sit down and have a Swiss cake roll together, right? Yes. So to this day, they're always my favorite Little Debbie treat, and now they're putting them in ice cream form. This looks incredible. So some of your favorite flavors, you got Nutty Bar, Cosmic Brownies, so much more. Zebra cakes, you can see that.
Remember being a kid and you open up your lunchbox and there it was.
Like especially when your mom didn't tell you it was in there?
Yes, that or the apple pies. Those are the best too. Oh, so good. All right, so for us, weather-wise, it's going to be a cold evening again, but we're getting kind of used to this by now, right? It is late January, almost February on Tuesday. We'll have lows tonight down near 8 below, which I know is cold, but yesterday, this morning, right, it was 17 below, so that's an improvement. It's getting a little bit warmer. But look what happens here. Your 7-day forecast includes a little bit of snow tomorrow. Okay, so flurries, maybe a dusting of snow tomorrow. Sunday 22, Monday 28, and we could do 30 on Tuesday with some more light snow before the bottom falls out again and cold weather returns.
I was going to say, that 30 is probably going to feel like 50 by the time we get there next week. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 6.